Uh, I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently from now on for at least the foreseeable future, maybe for from now on permanently. I'm going to be trying to make these videos, as quick and short as possible. Just looking at some projects on Kickstarter that I feel are worth talking about, and looking at some of the major playing card related news of the week and releases. Just trying to keep things shorter. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to sit around watching me talk for an hour. And also because the main reason why I'm doing it is because I have a ton of tech reviews that I need to do. I mentioned this in my update video yesterday. If you didn't watch it, this is a little brief synopsis. I have a ton of decks to review right now, and I really don't have that much time to do it. So it's either I sit here and talk for an hour doing this, or I can spend some of that time doing reviews and trying to get through. So I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as possible for at least the foreseeable future. And yeah. So let's start with Kickstarter. Some new projects this week. I thought worth talking about. First of all, Thermochrome cards. First color changing card set in the world. Fully playable, body heat activated, color changing playing cards. They look okay. They're just standard basically, but it is funded. I should mention this project is funded at $1,000 goal US. They're at over $5,000. I don't know how they were planning to do $1,000. It's by Modern Awesome Labs. It's the first project going back to the record. $14 for one deck isn't a bad price. And there you see the color changing effect on the card. Thermocratic technology. I don't know how they're going to handle necessarily. I don't know who's producing them. You can see the cards are standard USB-C. The back design, not showing as much. It's an interesting, apparently elegant pattern. Modern take on traditional playing card design. Thin borders. Simple, clean, elegant, and fun. Yeah, okay, here you see the back design better. I do like that back design. It's very nice. You see them showing you the stock. It's a white core stock. Goal is to create long-lasting cards that can be used for years and years. We'll see, what happens with them, if they handle good or not. They have a little timeline on the project, which is cool. The idea was born nearly 2 years ago, after trial and error for a year. After that, and finally they perfected the technology, found patents, launched the Kickstarter. They're supposed to have production finished sometime this month, and they want to ship in December. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, no idea who's printing them or what the quality is going to be like, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Next, we have Red Fox playing cards. These are produced by USB-C. It is funded. It's $5,000 Canadian goal, and they're at $8,800. It's the first time project. Kelly 10 Hold. Funded in less than 12 hours. It's pretty cool. There's also a purple deck stretch goal, $10,000, which they may hit it this way. It is a pricey deck though, $21 Canadian for one deck. I guess this is a project from a Canadian. There's also some kind of magic trick for 2 decks for $41. It's a bit pricey. They have, made this good for the card player with traditional card faces. As you can see right there, they've made it good for the cardist with all the popping colors, and they've made it good for the collector. It has a unique design and hidden secrets. You can also use 9 tuck boxes like that to make a puzzle just do it with free. Or you can do it with 100, I guess. Whatever. You can just keep going. And they've also made it good for the magician. These decks are marked. There's a double backer, a duplicate, magic tricks on the website that you can access as a backer. It says it's the first of its kind with special marked backs. It doesn't go to the movies that will fool layman and magicians alike. Marked backs are the only you can see, virtually invisible to spectators. Okay. And then that's information on the markings. Oh, you gotta use glasses to learn the markings. That's interesting. And you get a free pair of red decoder glasses to help you learn the markings. Okay. Interesting. It's an interesting back design, that's for sure. And it says Red Fox in ombre ground. I guess that's what it's called in the middle there. Interesting design. Kind of three-dimensional pips on the faces. And for the artwork on the court cards. Modified but standard. It's a nice looking deck of cards overall. One that I might look at later on. Moving on. Royal Crown playing cards. There's also an online deck builder toolkit. It is well funded. $13,000 out of $4,000 Australian gold. And this is from Craig Maidment, who's done several projects before. Through his other, he's also got this website, CLCPC352. Never been a huge fan of the designs. I do like the aces in the stack and whatnot. It's being printed. It's the Royal Crown Playing Card Company. I don't know exactly who's printing it, what the quality is going to be like. There you see the cards. They're not too exciting. They've made the back designs kind of cards too friendly, but it's not that exciting. It's very plain. I do like the aces. The court cards are standard. You have blue suits on the one deck, at least for the hearts and diamonds. Red hearts and diamonds in the other deck. Black for the spades and clubs throughout. And then there's a green deck, Kickstarter exclusive Founders Edition, which has green for the hearts and diamonds. Go figure. And yeah, lifetime membership to the online deck builder toolkit. Valued at $185. Who gave it that value? You? Are you saying this is what you think it's worth? Or do you know for a fact this is what it's worth? Because I think I don't buy that when people say, hey, this is valued at this much money. No, you're putting a fake value on it to make it feel more valuable than it really is. They're interesting decks. Don't know who's producing them. Moving on, Cthulhu playing cards from Albino Dragon is funded. $5,700 out of $5,000 goal, so just funded. This is a follow-up to their original Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu playing cards that were done by Shane Tyree way back at the start of Albino Dragon. And these are definitely not done by Shane Tyree, who has disappeared, as I checked Sweet over backers on his own project. $8 for one deck, and there's a standard deck and a premium deck. You can see the artwork is Cthulhu themed one-way images. Well, it's similar to a lot of the decks. Nice custom aces. Back designs also one-way. Not really, a huge fan personally. The standard is just standard, no fuss, no frills. The premium, for $4 more, has foil card backs and other stretch goals. So that's cool, and you can get both for $18, which is a decent price. There's also poker tips. Then we got Heritage Luxury playing cards, printed by Part of Moon Day. A luxury classical aesthetic. Currently, it doesn't have too much pledging. 1,100 euros out of 6,400. Don't know if it's going to fund or not. As you can see, they made the spades and the clubs a light blue color, but also still having the black pips on the actual face. Interesting. The most famous playing cards. Unique designs based on images of 1855. Okay, interesting. I don't think they're the most famous playing cards. I don't know why they would say that. It seems kind of dumb. Looks like it's going to have a nice foil top case. This is by Novus, by the way. They had two projects. I don't know what the other one was. 13 euros for one deck isn't a bad price. It's a pretty nice, design for the backs and the faces. I don't hate them. What I do hate is they have heritage on top of the faces. You can see it top and bottom of the cards. There's no reason for that. It's just dumb, unnecessary. French Master Finish 310 GSM with an air, so I assume it's NPC printed. Nice artwork on the core cards. And yeah, I'm gonna say there's no reason to have heritage on the face of every freaking card. It's massive overkill, unnecessary, and really turns off a lot of people. I'm confident in saying that. There's also a gift set box, blah blah. So yeah, it's not bad. I would remove heritage from all the cards though. Moving on. DeVoe has a new deck handlords, Master Series Silver fucking throwing cards. I didn't get the last one. I didn't get this one, but apparently it's popular because they're at almost $20,000 over $3,000 gold US. And it's a nice tuck case, foiled and probably embossed. These are made for throwing. 13 bucks for one deck. There you see the back design. It's an okay design for like cardistry and whatnot. But then the faces really hurt it for me. Because the faces, if we could see them, by the way, panels by Whit Smith Jr. Wow, enough pictures of the tuck box. What about the faces? There you see the cards look good for fanning and cardistry, which is typical of the Vogue. But the faces I don't like because I do like the pips. They're very similar to the style is basically the same pips and faces as his other decks. The name escapes me for some reason. Just the cardistry branded decks, what they are. But there is no index. Why? The lack of an index makes it completely unplayable for me, unusable, turns me off. There's no index, it just got some stars there for some dumb reason. And yeah, there's no reason for that. If you made it with an actual proper index with the pip there, I would have bought them. I'm sure countless other people would have bought them. Not like they're hurting for funding, they've got tons of funding. A lot of people are interested in this, but it doesn't interest me. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that it doesn't interest. I would also argue that if they're printed by USB-C and paper stock, they're not the best cards for drawing. But it is what it is. People like it. Moving on, we have a new one by Gambler's Warehouse, playingcards.net, and designed by Shapeshifters. It is the Bicycle Jade playing cards. It is basically very similar to the previous design, except in green. As you can see, the court cards very similar. The back design's a bit different. The court cards are a bit different as well. Yeah, it's one that I will definitely pick up later on. I'm confident in that. I'm saying that, but typical USB-C stock and finish. Pretty nice, nice colors, nice designs in the background there. Nice back design, although bordered would have been a little bit better. Court cards do look a little bit awkward, maybe just a tiny bit. I don't know, but I do like it. 13 bucks for one deck, by the way. And finally, lastly on Kickstarter, Stories from Vanda. It's part of their artist series. It is well funded. 32,000 over 50,000 to $20,000 goal right now. There is four different decks, 4 different volumes. They come in nice tuck cases with foil, embossing, with seals apparently. And printed by USB-C, custom artwork. This is by the same designer who did the Planets decks, Mr. Vidokovic. I'm not gonna say that first name. I can't. There's a lack of vowels in that first name. Nice colors, nice back design, very simple. And the faces also very nice. Not sure how I necessarily feel about those indexes, but they're alright. And it's beautiful artwork. Know where you're going, know where you've been, know where you're at. Okay, interesting. That looks very nice, very well done. They obviously tell some kind of stories within the cards themselves, which is cool. And I mean, yeah, the only thing I would really change is the index, but it's not terrible or anything like that. It's usable. I just would have preferred the letter number on top as opposed to underneath the pip, but it's fine. There's two sides to every story. That's true. Very nice. I do like it. I do recommend checking it out. Um, Interesting. The twos actually play an homage to the origin of its suit. Two of Hearts features a cup. The Diamonds features a pentacle. The Club features the wand, and the Spades sword, which is kind of cool. It's all about the duality of the deck. Yet here the showing is the regular two. I guess it's just one deck is a bit different. That's an interesting box that you can get for all four decks. And that is that. Very nice. There's also display decks apparently you can add on if you want. So they are 16 bucks each for the red, blue, green. The black is 21 bucks. It's 69 bucks on a 4-deck set. I think it was cheaper in the first 24 hours, so if you missed out, it's going to cost a little bit more. And it's 99 bucks for the 4-deck set with 4 display decks. Pretty sure you can get, I'm not sure how much it is for the box set with the box. It doesn't seem to be available. But yeah, it's very nice, worth checking out. Moving on, collectible point cards has a new deck coming soon. I might have mentioned before, I don't recall, but City Skylines Los Angeles. It feels like it needs more fire, perhaps. Bad joke. Anyways, moving on. USPC has some interesting things on their Instagram to note. Architectural Wonders of the World, which I mentioned before, and I got those. This is interesting. Bicycle Slurpee decks in blue and purple. I want some. If anyone has any they're willing to sell to me or trade with me, let me know. I don't think they're going to be available in stores here in Canada, unfortunately, despite the fact that we don't like the Slurpee capital of Canada here, at least, or maybe the Slurpee capital of the world, I don't recall. They're not going to be here, unfortunately, I don't think. Also, I'm also interested in these, if anybody finds them at Walmart in the US. They are some new bicycle fasten decks found in the Walmart's celebrations department in the US. Not in Canada, unfortunately. They are in tan and turquoise. And actually, I want for those. I like 2 sets of these. two tan, 2 turquoise. That. Oh, look at that. Somebody on my channel is gonna like that because they apparently like eating playing cards. It's just weird, but there you go, playing card sandwich. There was something else I think I wanted to mention here. No, it's not this one. This is the random custom deck. They're advertising. It is, oh yes, Purple Unicorn. This is apparently a Target exclusive in the US. They're on their website. Unfortunately, in order for them to ship to me in Canada, I have to spend at least 25 bucks. I just wanted to get the deck of cards. So, I'll hold off on that for now. But basically, it's the same as the previous Unicorn deck, except it's purple in the backs instead of blue. Faces are the same. I believe that's it for here. So here's the blue one, as you can see. And this one too, I still haven't found. Kind of interesting that they're showing it here. The bicycle, I forget what that's called, Emerald Harvest or something. I wonder if that's going to be available from them some more time. It's interesting to see them advertising, promoting other decks that they're not necessarily putting out. Link Belt one I got. Moving on. This is the latest deck from Illusionist, the Tinker deck. You see it's available at buyworthy.com.au and elsewhere, I'm sure. It was made available, it's currently available, I believe, through Illusionist in their mystery deck of the month. It's the Tinker deck. It's a robotic theme. The back design leaves a little bit to be desired, maybe. It's not terrible. It's got a weathered look. There you see the aces. Going to create jokers. And the court cards, they're modified. We call it off standard court cards. It's not a bad deck. I know some people are disappointed apparently. I don't think it's a bad deck, and I should be receiving it this week, as I got it with the mystery deck, and it only cost me like $4.98. It was on sale for half price, so I'm like, win-win. Moving on, Theory 11 has something coming up, I believe, this week. It's a purple Monarchs deck, apparently. They say a new member of the royal family. They also have a purple dot, so yeah, definitely purple. And purple is a royal color. It says coming next week. That was posted 2 days ago, so I suspect it's coming this week. Apparently, they have some massive news announcing. Oh yeah, that was the news that apparently they're selling decks through Walgreens. Here it is. So you can get 311 decks at Walgreens. Now this one was posted a few weeks ago. Haven't seen anything about it. Gold Artisans, apparently. 7 weeks ago now. Still waiting for that. I assume it's a Black Friday thing. Which kind of makes me wonder why they don't just release the Purple Monarch on Black Friday as well. That's nice. Okay, moving on. A couple things I thought I'd mention that I saw in Murphy's Magic. First of all, the surprise deck. It's pink, and it's got bunny ears, apparently. It's like a PG Playboy deck, apparently. There's your jokers. One of them is blank. Ace of spades, very simple. It's Baking Point Card Company, that's right. So maybe they're supposed to be pigs. Interesting gaff. It's a half king of spades, half queen of hearts, and they're making out. And the court cards, they're basically fairly standard, but missing faces. I'm not going to get this one at the moment. I don't think that I will. Apparently there's also gray and yellow decks. So yeah. Apparently this is the 3rd edition, the V3. I haven't even seen the 1st and 2nd edition, so it turns me off. And then there's this one from Sky Member Presents. It's the I3 deck. I don't even know. You can see that. I don't like those court cards. It's like a slanted, weird, faceless court card. All the faces, I think, have gray suits. There's the Ace of Spades. Yeah. Actually, no, they got blue for the hearts and diamonds. Gray for the spades and clubs. Not much going on to faces. They're fairly standard aside from stripes going through there. And the back design, more stripes with a little dot in the center. As you can see. So it's definitely made more for cardistry and whatnot. Printed by the USPC, no doubt, designed by Austin Ho. Apparently it's the one, was that cubed, I guess, deck. Not really a fan. If Murphy's Magic wants to send it my way, hey, I'll accept it, but I doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, it's just taking longer than I had anticipated, I think, but that is it for this week. Comment, rate, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Got something that I wanted to mention, and that is, there is a new release on House of Playing Cards. Apparently there's a coupon code for 10% off your first 10 hours only. I'm sure that's expired. And it is this, Alex Mondero's X deck, which he originally released very limited, 100 decks a couple years back or last year. And it's now available in black. I see they've made note that it's black, which means he's going to recolor this in about a dozen colors. I'm certain of it. If it will load up, that would be fantastic. It's basically a knock deck with X's on the back design. It's not very exciting in my opinion, and I'm not going to be getting it. And not for 15 bucks. Obviously, it's showing a lot of the back design, which I think is also a one-way design. They're not showing any faces, which tells me they're standard Arco faces because Alex Mondrea can't design anything. There's the Aces page. It's a Pip and it has his signature in it because it's the signature deck. His signature deck. Whatever happened, by the way, Alex, to a new version of Crown decks? Still waiting for that. And also, still anticipating more knock decks, which we haven't seen, but I assume they're coming in a couple of weeks for Black Friday. Apparently, you're going to give the Queen of Hearts in every deck. How exciting! Yeah, it's not very exciting at all. And that is that. I just wanted to mention that very quickly. See you next time with more.